Welcome to the Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics. I'm PGA golf professional Jimmy Hanlin.
And I'm Alexandra Laughlin.
And I'm Claire Hogel. We are here in Cincinnati, Ohio.
And so excited to be here for the Beacon Orthopedic golf event.
We are going to have some great golf tips for you, and you're going to see some great golf shots too from these two. Stick around. All right, we're going to kick off Swing Clinic with a little movement, show you how to move your body and make it easier. Special guest Ricky Stanzi with me, good friend of mine, 3-year starter for the Iowa Hawkeyes, then moved on, played quarterback in the NFL, and now you're a movement specialist, man. You have this move, what do you call it? Movement?
Yeah, it's a movement system.
Called GOTA.
GOTA.
Right? So tell me about GOTA, what it is and how it works, especially for golf.
Yeah, so GOTA stands for Greatest of All Time Actions, and it's a movement system that was derived from thousands of hours of observation, really looking for the question of how does the body travel through space for a lifetime and never get hurt for no apparent reason. So we're looking for the longevity in our walk cycle, the longevity in our forward movement, which for a golfer, that swing action is going to translate perfectly. So GOTA is centered around fixing that gait pattern, the walk pattern. Like we tell people, your walk is your run, is your throw, is your swing. So when we're getting into that swing pattern, we're really just kind of sort of turning up the dial and making a more dynamic representation of what would be our normal walk pattern. So in our walk, we want to have a straight foot, we want to have a nice strong foundation, but we want to have the ability to sort of open the column, open the side of my body, and that's the same thing that you're looking for in your golf swing, is to be able to open into your backswing and then close through into that downswing, but we need to have a certain amount of space in the system to pull off that move. So we can't be thrusting the hips forward towards the ball. We've got to keep the hips back to get that space to allow us to flush the ball.
Yeah, when there's no space, I see this all the time. I see the hips going forward instead of clearing it. Again, you know, you work with professional athletes, NFL, MLB, but GOTA's for regular people too, right? I mean, it's probably just as much, probably more helpful, right, for them in their normal lives, but to be able to be more successful in the game of golf too.
Right, we always tell people if we can help NFL athlete that's got to play a 17-game season plus get out of pain, I'm sure we can handle someone that's just trying to go about their day-to-day and not have that cranky knee or cranky back as they go through their 9 to 5, or then try to enjoy a little golf on the weekend with their friends.
All right, let's see a little GOTA right now. By the way, he's constantly working on his golf game, but also your body, right? It's all the same.
Yeah, it's all the same. We try to get everything to have enough space, so we want to make those turns.
Get through the
go ahead and do it.
Yep. Hit another one. Let's see it. That was solid right there, my man. All right, GOTAmovement.com. Ricky, thanks. Thanks for spending the time. Again, I can't help you if your body can't get in certain positions. This guy can help you get in those positions. When we come back, we've got Alexandra and Claire with more golf tips right here on the Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedic. Hey, welcome back to the Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics. Alexandra, Claire, and I are going to show you how to control your distances and your heights with your wedges. Were you a good wedge player when you were college, you know, playing a lot?
I try to be now too.
Oh,
all about just, you know, keeping it going.
Confident here. I'm a terrible wedge player, by the way. How about you? You said you don't practice much.
I haven't practiced my wedges enough lately.
Right.
It's definitely something you have to keep at.
You do. You have to work at it a lot, right? Unless, you know, but you could create things to where you don't have to rely on feel as much, right? So I want you guys to go ahead and set up over the golf ball right now. So these are like my two little junior golfers today, right? So I like to set up things when I'm working with players to make it a little more fun, but also to teach them results. You need results, right? So Alexandra is the blue. I should have made you the yellow. It matched. Claire, you're the yellow. And I want these guys to hit shots into these little spots right here. And the way that I want them to control their distances is the length of their stroke. So go ahead and hit a few real quick. And everybody does it a little different. Alexandra might be a little faster in her stroke, where Claire might be a little longer and slower. Who knows? But that's the key. So watch them both hit wedges, and that's why I wanted you to see it and do it. As you can see, they do it differently, but they're both very good wedge players, and I'm going to show you how. So good touch right there. Control it with the length of the stroke right here. So what I'm going to show you right now, and the difference is that when you watch Claire, she actually opens her wedge up a little bit and uses the bounce as she goes through, and she flights her wedges a little bit higher. If you watch Alexandra right here, she actually likes to keep her wedge a little more closed here, and she flights them a little bit lower. Both are completely okay, right? Both of them are great wedge players and know how to play the game. They just do it a little bit differently. They control the flight of their wedges by how much they open the face. Now I want you guys to see the next one out there. It's probably about another 15 yards further. How do I want them to hit that shot that way? Now I want Alexandra's wedge to go back, you know, in this range right here. Claire, probably a little longer because she opens it and plays a little higher flighted. But we're controlling it by the length of their backswing. Watch them both get a little bit longer in their backswing as they hit this shot. Really good, really good. So control it with the length of the wedge, good. So I do not want their speed to change. Both of them have different tempo as you watch them hit. I don't want them to change the speed. I just want the length of the stroke to change a little bit. So again, right here, Alexandra's stroke's a little bit shorter because again, she plays with a little more of a closed club face and she creates a little more speed, where Claire opens it up a little bit and gets a little bit longer. So her length of her backswing's gonna be a little bit longer. That doesn't mean that either one are right or wrong. They're actually both very good. Alexandra almost hold that. So now what I want you guys to do is, let's go to the net out there. See if you guys can hold one in the net. Again, watch their lengths of their backswings. If you're watching the circle that they make right here, Alexandra's will be a little bit shorter than Claire's because of how she plays her wedge game, but it's both correct. So for you guys now, you'll see Alexandra's will probably get almost to her shoulders. Claire probably the same or a little bit more because of the length of their stroke and the speed they're trying to create. Very good right there. Solid into the wind. Both of you guys very good. All right, so talk to me a little bit. So is that what you both do? Is that how you controlled before your distance is by the length of your stroke?
You know, that's actually something that I need to work on because I feel like the way that I control my distances is mostly feel, and that's not very consistent. And that's why I was telling you I don't have that consistency in the wedges.
And it's pace. So for you, you play with a little more of a closed face, but you flight your wedges. You know, you're probably a spinner, I would guess. When it hits the green, you could create some spin. Have you always done it? Is that how you've always played your wedges?
I like to break up my feel shots and then my standard just kind of stock shots. So I have on here kind of my half, 3/4, and full yardages.
Oh my God, is that so perfect?
If I'm on here working on this specifically, and I know it's 55 yards, that's my stock half swing. I kind of know where to take the club to. That way I can keep the consistency.
And again, both of these two are great players, right? She does hers more off of, you know, very specific stuff. Claire is a little more feel in how she does hers, and that's why her wedge gets a little more open. It gets a little more loosey and long, where yours is a little more stock and straight. Both are right. So I'm not trying to teach you guys to do something differently. I just wanted to show you two different players and how they can both do it very well, but do it differently. But the thing that you have to do is you can't try to hit it harder or easier to control it, because you'll never get that consistency. It needs to be the length of your stroke and just controlling your face to do it. I mean, I don't know if you guys feel the same, but that you guys are both great, and you're opposite in how you play your wedges.
Yeah, it's awesome. A lot of different ways to play the game.
These two are going to be tough if they get on a scramble team later on today. I can tell you that right now. All right, we come back. We're going to work more on your golf game right here on the Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics. Welcome back to Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedic. Alexandra and I are standing here, and she talked to me about one thing that she wants to get better in her game, which will help your game, is to be able to kind of get on your front side and kind of hit down on the golf ball a little more, maybe compress the golf ball a little bit more, huh?
Absolutely. A lot of different ways to get power and some speed, and definitely that kind of squat and then over on your left side will help a ton for me. For sure.
So I have 3 drills that you're going to do. One, I stole from the greatest player in the world, Tiger, right? So I actually saw Tiger in a couple Instagram videos, because who doesn't watch those? Because we watch Alexandra on Instagram all the time because she has 9 trillion followers. So I watched him do this during a tour event because he was working on it. Obviously, he's not getting off his backside as well as he used to, right, with his injury. So what I want you to do, Alexandra, is I want you to set up right in front of my golf bag right here, just like you're hitting a shot. You don't even need a club, right? I just want you to get the feeling to where, just like that. And when I watched Tiger, all he was doing was turning that right knee in and feeling his hip get to the bag. So kind of clear and get to, that's what he was feeling. He was feeling his hip touching the bag. Get to the bag first before you spin. There you go. So get to the bag, then spin it. Yeah. There you go. Perfect. That's exactly, so slide a little and get there. That's the feeling you want to get. I was watching the greatest player in the world as he was loosening up in between holes, feel that motion of getting to that bag and getting off his front side. So that's one thing that you guys can do. Don't even need a golf club to do that, right? So we'll get rid of these clubs right here and go to number 2. Number 2 is I have a noodle here, right? So Alexandra can actually hit balls with this, but I want her to start not even hitting golf balls. So set up with your hip right here. Nope, you're good right there. Yep. Take the club back like you normally would, right? First move is into the noodle, boom, and then go. Boom, feel it. Good, do it again. So it's take it back, first move into the move. That's it, perfect. Do it again, do it again. Yep, one more time. Into the noodle, good. That's a great thing. And you want to try to hit a ball like that? Could be a little difficult. I don't know if it'll go the right way. It's all about getting the feeling though. So go ahead and try to hit one like that. Put the ball where you need it and just feel the sequence of hip going into the noodle, getting off that backside. Look at that. Oh, awesome, awesome. So again, it's just that feeling of the sequence. Her sequence first is boom, then everything goes from there. Does that feel way different to you?
And you can hear the power too with the club, and I didn't even do it to the fullest on that swing there, so you can imagine how much more you can get out of it.
Well, I just watched you hit a lot of balls and you didn't hardly take any divots, right? You're kind of like a hang and like, you know, kind of, which listen, she's a great player, but she's able to do that and she doesn't even play a lot of golf. One more drill for you. So what we're gonna do this time is I'm gonna have her set up over the golf ball. I don't want her to hit the back one. So she's gonna set up there, she's gonna take it back, and she's not going to hit this one on the downswing, which is gonna make her move forward. You could, don't cheat on me now, there you go. So make her move forward to get there without hitting that ball. If she falls backward, she's gonna hit it. So in her downswing, good, good. The only way she could do that was to get forward. All right, let's do it again. Let's make it a little tougher on you. So let's get it to right there. So just kind of skip it on your backswing. Don't worry about your backswing as much. Pull it over top, but get forward in your downswing. Oh yeah, that was the perfect distance right there. You just nicked that ball on the way down and you hit that divot. So there's different ways for you, but the key was your sequence, right? When your sequence is bad, where maybe your upper goes a little first, then you have to fall back and kind of help it. Your sequence when we did the bag, when we did the noodle, and when we did that ball was you got here and then you let it go. And it's a different feeling for you, isn't it?
It feels great too. And something that won't take too long to get used to.
Again, you're not sitting there thinking, right? You weren't thinking about it. You just reacted to what we had in front of you, which made it better. And again, she was just hitting balls in this area and those were the only 2 divots that she took right there because she stayed down. And that's something that you wanted to work on, you told me, right?
Love to see the progress, absolutely.
Yeah, and because when you can kind of compress that golf ball a little bit more, you can play in different conditions like Wednesday day and stuff like that. Because she flights the ball a little higher, you know, because the way you did it.
Much more reliable and consistent.
Yeah, you did awesome. That was really good.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Get that moving forward a little bit. All right, we come back on the Swing Clinic. We got more great swing tips for you. We're going to make you a better player right here, presented by Beacon Orthopedics. Welcome back to Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics. And speaking of Beacon Orthopedics, this is the guy right here, Dr. Kremchek. He's been the doctor for the Cincinnati Reds for 26 years. That's how you and I met, right? Is through that and through golf. And you love golf, man.
I love golf.
Yeah.
Started 10 years ago. I can't get enough of it. I'm not as good. I have to watch the Swing Clinic to really get my tips. But now I can finally hit a draw after a couple of years you were kind of working on me.
I like it. Well, listen, we appreciate you being a sponsor here on the show. It's awesome. We love it. And so we were talking earlier with some of your other doctors. Let's talk a little bit with you. So golf-wise, I teach the game. And there's only so much that I can do for people if they have injuries or they can't get in certain positions. I'm sure you see it all the time where, certain things, whether it be elbows or shoulders, if they have pain, it's tough to help them play good golf.
It's tough. And, you've got to, a good teacher will adjust to what their capabilities and limitations are.
Yep.
But so many people don't realize that golf is such a physical game. You've got to have your motion of your back and your hips. Your shoulders have to be strong. You have to watch the mechanics of how you do things so you don't get hurt and it's a little smoother. I mean, I've been amazed myself how much if you turn, it takes the stress off your lower back, because people with back pain say, I won't play anymore. There's certainly a way that they can go out and play and enjoy themselves.
Well, and that's what I see, Doc, is really, it's not people that everything works together. They don't get injured. It's when things work separately, when the upper and the lower is not working together, and that's when they get hurt. How many golfers do you guys get at Beacon? I mean, when it comes to injury-wise?
Well, you know what? We take care of a very active population, obviously the professional and high school athletes, but more and more people over the last couple of years, men and women of all ages, ages are coming in for golf. We have people in their high 80s, at 90, love going out to play, and they just need some direction, number one, when they get hurt, but two, how they can avoid getting hurt.
Yeah, and again, sometimes it's a little bit of help from you, sometimes it's a little bit of help in the golf swing to get things to work together. Like from a standpoint of Beacon in golf, like why did you guys start to get involved with golfers? It just came to you because of the injuries?
No. I think again, as we take care, and you have to promote health.
Yeah.
And we see more and more people that are out doing more active and healthy things. Golf is just skyrocketing.
Right.
And with that, we have people that come in to have back pain, knee replacement, hip replacement. And these are the people we need to help understand, yes, you might not be able to turn like you did when you were 20, but you can still turn and play the game and get out and walk and exercise. And that's what it's all about, man.
And outside of golf, let's go to professional sports. I mean, you've done surgeries on some of the best athletes in the world, but these guys are picking up golf too. I see these players from the Guardians and the Reds. They love the game as much as young people do right now.
And they are good.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you what, I went on a golf trip with Ken Griffey Jr. a few years ago, and man, that guy can hit the ball.
Yeah.
And he loves the game. He's eaten up by the game. I say half of the Reds. It's just absolutely incredible. It all started early years ago. I remember when Avery and Nagel and Maddox and Schmaltz and all those guys, the big four pitchers for the Atlanta Braves, and kind of got everybody going. Now all these ball players are out playing golf all the time.
Hey, thanks for being one of our great sponsors. I truly appreciate it.
Love the show.
So,
love the show.
awesome.
And it's helped me a lot.
I love it. Well, hey, listen, if we can help this guy, we can help you. We come back. More tips right here on the Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics. So here's where your center is right here.
Welcome back to Swing Clinic, presented by Beacon Orthopedics.
Today, we are going to work on the sway, even though you've worked your whole life on not sway.
Yep.
We're going to make you sway for a little while, and then we're going to get you back again. All
Okay.
right? So I want you to set up right by this trusty noodle right here.
Okay.
I want you to put your hip right against it.
You want me to go here?
Nope, go this way. Go this way. The only reason that we're going to do this right now is I want you guys to see what you do, or what a lot of you do. So what happens is, instead of turning, you move off the golf ball. Show them what happens, Claire, in a bad way. See how she actually turns even a little bit too much. But see, yeah, let me see. There you go. See how your weight gets outside this right knee and your hip moves this far off of this. So here's where your center is right here. This is where the front of your golf swing is, and she's that far off of it. How are you going to move perfectly back up there to square the golf club up? You're not going to. That's the answer. That's what happens. So what I want you guys to do is go ahead and set up again right against it. I want you to do what Claire does normally. And if you struggle with this, you can even take this foot and flare it out a little bit. Flare that foot out. That won't let you turn as much. Now I want her to turn away, but I want her hip to stay almost against this thing right here. So yeah, look at that. See, it barely moves off there. Let's do it again. So when she makes a proper turn, it barely moves off. That's all right, you're good. So that's a good position right here. So that's what we want to think of. Now we're going to work on upper body right here. Set up again. So what I want her to do now is what she normally does is her right shoulder, instead of going, go ahead and sway this way, yeah, that way, right? Just do it again. Now it's going to come directly behind her. Ready? Go. Directly behind her. See how that happens? And the whole body turns in this way right here, which is a much, much better position.
On the 45-degree plane.
So if you could sit, you could go against your wall, right? If you're doing a less, you could sit against your wall and you could turn. And if you turn and your hip stays up against that wall, you're in a good position. As soon as you get going in this direction, like Claire was showing you before, you're dead, right?
Yep.
There's no way you can get back to the golf ball consistently. So
yeah, your timing's gonna be off.
Again, so yeah, so really good drills. Right shoulder directly backwards, hip stays on the wall. Take me practice swing and show them again. Right shoulder directly backwards, hip stays on the wall. One more time. Right shoulder, good. Now hit me some balls and feel that way, right?
All right.
Right shoulder directly backwards, hip stays on the wall. This is a proper rotation in the golf swing. It's a feeling you're going to get, and it's going to allow you to stay centered over the golf ball. And see how she hits the golf ball first. Go ahead and hit another one.
That was a little chunky.
Well, that's all right. I made you sway like 4 times in a row, right?
I know, it was your fault.
Yeah, it was, see? And see, that's what happens when you get going even just a little bit that way, you're going to hit behind it. If you hit shots fat, this is why you do it, and this is what you need to fix. Really good rotation. You heard the sound there, right?
Yeah,
Sounds
it was more
different.
solid.
It was ball
More
first
compressed.
right there, right?
Yeah.
So again, Clara does this as good as any player. Her rotation goes this way and her hip doesn't move at all this way. Yep. If you take the golf club back and your front hip is moving away from the target, you're done right away and you're going to be in trouble. Not you though, we got you fixed again.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Golf ball first, good solid contact. Hey, thanks for watching the Swing Clinic. We got to say thanks to a lot of people. Obviously, Beacon Orthopedics has been a great guest. It was fun to play golf with them and sit out here at the range and give good golf tips. Thanks to you and Alexandra for being here and showing such great golf swings that you guys have. And hopefully we're able to help your golf game a little bit too. Right here on the Swing Clinic, presented to you by Beacon Orthopedics.